Welcome, everybody, to our English version in this space with accent, flavors, and integration. And we are in a special month, March, right? This is when we celebrate all the women's the achievements, what they are doing, but we want to even go a little deeper, and we want you to start knowing these Latinas. They are making the difference in Kansas and Missouri. So you will this morning start listening about this woman here and there, and you can. Our first that we have, our second, because we already have one on Monday, is Yeni Silva-Renteria. She's in Wichita, Kansas. I was when we was doing the Spanish one, I was making a joke about the chi control Wichita, but it's not. But she's one of the most influenced women in Wichita, the Latino women that work in there. Jenny, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, and thank you for welcoming me. Yeah, I feel honored by you saying that.
Well, well, the idea of this space is because we have a lot of American people. They start asking us. They want to know more about the Latino communities. They want to know more, and they want to learn. So we decided to launch English with these intentions. And I want to know more about Jenny and this path that Jenny did to be where she is today. What I say, one of the Latino leaders in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah, so I've been in Wichita for about 25 years. Well, maybe a little bit over 25 years. I came from Los Angeles, but I was not born in Los Angeles. I was actually born in Mexico. Came when I was 10 years old, and I've been through all of the immigration processes that you can imagine. So I'm very familiar with that. But as part of the community, I am very passionate about and curious to see what else we could be doing as community members of the city. And I think there is so many opportunity to grow and curiosity to learn more of how can we do it differently.
And what inspiration making you to take this path in your life of be a community service? Because be a leader is also be a community service.
Yeah, so what inspires me every day is one, I have children, right? I have three children, two adults already, and one 16-year-old that motivate me every day. And then just hearing from them how proud they feel about me being in different spaces, it definitely, feeds me up every day. But I'm also the youngest of 12 siblings. My parents, my mom is still here in the city, and that is something that definitely motivates me every day to how can I make it a little bit different or better for my community. So that is definitely one of the things that motivate me the most. Personally, I feel very connected. This is my home. It has been my home for a minute. So I am very passionate about, just living here in Wichita and in Kansas.
I know that you are breaking barriers, that you are open doors, that you are moving faster. But what are the challenges that as a leader do you see the Latino women have in Kansas?
Well, definitely, I think we are now in spaces that we were never before. There is a lot of misunderstanding, I guess, especially within our own community, with just in general, like the lack of trust that it could be for women to take leading roles, or the expectations that we have in our culture related to what is expected of a woman to do, right? So there is a lot of challenges related to that. But thankfully, throughout, I have been able to find many, many different mentors who have guided me and dreamed for me. I gave an example of one of the professors who wanted to, she felt like I could be a good instructor in a university. And I laughed and I was like, there's no way I could do that. And then years later, I was able to teach at WSU. So those kind of things that I never believe in myself for various reasons, somebody else was able to dream for me and motivate me to move forward and get into those spaces. So definitely a challenge, but at the same time, I'm very curious to see what else and how differently I can do things.
And I will put it together because this is what I call for my American friends. We do that so they can be connecting that maybe they can be a mentor for some Latina if they have close and they see potential, like they did with Jenny, she
Yeah.
and instructors in the university in Wichita. W- Where Jenny see in 10 years or where she wants to be in 10 years.
Oof. I stay busy. So right now I'm a commissioner with KLAD, with the Kansas Hispanic Latino Americans Affairs Commission. And I want to continue to do that, right? I want to influence as much as I can the Latino community, but also the policies that are being implemented in the state. So that is something very important to me. The other part is that I am the executive director of International Rescue Committee, and through that work, we have been working with refugees and immigrants throughout, now covering the whole state. So definitely, I see myself still working with the immigrant community and refugee community. Something that has I've been curious about is how do I influence more policies, and I don't know how that will look like. I was talking about people, being involved, becoming citizens if they're able to, and voting. Maybe one day they can vote for me. If I ever
Wow.
decide to do that, I think I've been curious about. One of the reasons that I got into the role that I am now is because by profession, I have a master's degree in social work, and I was working with families directly, especially very vulnerable families. And I got tired of listening or being challenged by the many policies in place or systems that were not benefiting our families. So that kind of helped me get more into the advocacy side. And now I've been advocating more. I'm more of an activist, right? Just speaking up about and uplifting the voices of our community. And now I'm thinking, what is next? So because I'm very interested in influence policies, maybe that will be something that in the future could be a possibility for me.
Well, I will keep this video. And when that happens, we will have the chart say she told on us that she was running. And I want to talk to about the new generations. That what you say, how important do you believe is for other Latinos that maybe they grew up here, they don't speak Spanish, but for be inspiration and be able to navigate to these other Latinos that doesn't speak English. They are unable to maybe understand perfect the policy. They feel scared to go to Topeka. So how do you tell them then, hey girls, we need you in this?
Definitely, we need every single person, right now, and throughout the years. What I will tell them is that we need to remember where we're coming from. That is something that I have kept very in front of me. Being born in Mexico, experiencing all the immigration processes and things like that, that have kept me grounded, and my identity is very strong. I'm a very proud Latina. I'm a very proud Mexican, and I take that everywhere I go. Even my name, right? A lot of people try to change the way they pronounce the name depending on where they are. I say it. I say Yeni Silva-Renteria. I mean, it is what it is, and I am very proud of being that. So even the little things that we could do to make sure that we preserve our identity, it's key for our success as a community. So definitely, I will invite those that are maybe dealing with the identity as of what is it, because it's very difficult. Sometimes we tend to assimilate more than integrate, and if we assimilate, we try to fit in. Because we don't want to be bullied, we don't want to be discriminated, we don't want to feel any type of um, you
Different.
know, yes. So we will do that and we will try to blend in. But the reality is that at the end of the day, it is us. It's me going home being Yeni Silva-Renteria, nobody else. So I have to make sure that I preserve that overall. So I am very proud of it, and it's hard. But I think the advice that I will give to every single Latina women out there is just make sure that you remember where you're coming from and feel proud.
Well, leaders like you, they lead, and everybody else need to follow. That is part of the rule the planet create. Sometimes this is how working, how we can help. in your next achievement? What do you want this community is listen do in your plans?
Yeah, so I will say, I mean, definitely, I want people to become citizens if they're eligible. If you have been here for more than 5 years with their green card, please do so. And we want to open those spaces for you to make sure that you have all that you need to be able to do so. And the other thing is show up to vote, not just register, but actually take advantage of that privilege that many people have fought for. So making sure that we do that, because if we really want to see a change in our community, we have to show up, not only with our opinion, but with our action. So making sure that people are becoming citizens and are voting is going to make a huge difference. And again, maybe one day they will help me out.
Well, I want to say you thank you. I want to tell you thank you for what you do for all Latina women, for the migrants communities, in Kansas. And we are proud of you, Jenny. And we hope that when you decide that, see, you tell us here, you call on us and say, hey, I am doing this, so we can do an interview different.
Okay, of course. Thank you so much for your trust and for being part of the change in Kansas and Missouri.
Thank you, everybody.